and welcome to Spotlight. I'm joined by Abhinay Deo, Kirti, Kulhari and Arunoday Singh, who are all set to take you on a wild, wicked ride. My first question is to the director, Abhinay Deo. 47 scripts and 6 years since Delhi Belly comes this black comedy that has everybody raving about even before the film hit the screens.
Yes, I did. Actually, after Delhi Belly, I believe everybody thought that I can do comedy really well. So they started sending me.
You were typecast as well.
I was typecast. I was typecast as a comedy director, and they sent me every possible type of comedy film. So I kind of read. Of course, all the 47 that I read were not comedies. There were some of them, thankfully, were different genres as well. But nothing that felt like, you know, digging your teeth into. So I didn't do them. Instead, I chose to do 2 seasons of 24 and another film called Force 2, which was a complete out-and-out action film with my good friend John. And that's it. But this is the 48th script that I read since Delhi Belly and did this. So, yeah.
And well, Kirti, I heard you say about being typecast and stereotyped. You are making an effort to break through stereotypes, aren't you?
I'm doing my best to not get typecast, and I guess I'm kind of succeeding in that. But yeah, I think more than the fear of being typecast, I as an actor just like to do different things in different films and play different characters. I think that pretty much comes from my own idea of the kind of actor I want to be.
But Arunoday, for that matter, you have become the go-to face for playing all the bad guy roles. So you are getting quite stereotyped here, aren't you?
What to do when you're this sexy? This is a joke. No, I just get fortunate to do the work I get, and you try and do the best with it. And typecast, somebody else needs to worry about. You just keep at it.
Also, Abhinay, Irrfan, in comedies, he's known for that straight face, when he's delivering those funny lines, and whether it's a black comedy or a rip-tickling film, he maintains the straight face. He's quite mastered that genre, and his illness, really took us all by surprise, and we wish him a speedy recovery. But asking all of you, what was it like working with Irrfan Khan?
Okay, so as a director, I think it's just an incredible treat to work with an actor like Irrfan, because he just brings in so much into the script. So the script which is written and the dialogues which are written, and if they're great, here's an actor who can actually take it 3 steps ahead of it, and that, to my mind, was an incredible thing as a technician. So that was fun. But apart from that, it was a very difficult role, for Irrfan to play as well, because the least amount of lines, but the most amount of expressions. But he is a master at it. So what can I say? It's a pleasure working with an incredible actor like him.
Well, I was intimidated a bit initially, because I'm like, inke jaisi comedy mein kaise karungi? Whether I'll be able to really match up to his level of comedy, because I think he has such a great sense of humor, even otherwise, that it just comes so naturally to him, And I'm, of course, a serious actor, so I don't know comedy much. But yeah, I think I was a little intimidated, but I stuck to what I thought I could do. And I think, as Abhinay said, that he always comes with the idea of how to make this better, and not just for himself, but it's about the scene, it's about the other actors, it's about the whole film. And he always tells you, and he'll suggest you, and give his inputs in terms of what can be done. And I think that's a great quality to have as an actor, and he's done a wonderful job in the film. So have the other actors, and yeah, we just wish he was around with us, doing this, with you and all of it.
Do you feel connections work in this industry? And for, people who are not necessarily from the inside, they have to struggle twice as hard to get the kind of roles they want. Also, what kind of roles are you looking for?
I think once you prove yourself capable of supporting the box office in such a way, the roles will come. Until then, you have to prove yourself. And I find that even if you're a star kid or you're not a star kid, what ultimately matters is you can fill seats in an auditorium. So decide whatever kind of actor you want to be, you just have to work up to that. And so you'll get the roles based on your...
What kind of roles are you looking for? Because we all saying like that.
Just intelligently written, author-backed roles that just have a lot of layers to dig into and a lot of complexity that I can then work my way around. It's harder to act stereotypes. It's very hard to act in stereotypes. It's much easier when you get somebody that you can sink your teeth into.
Kriti, you said getting pivotal roles remains a challenge. Do you still feel so?
No, it's not a. I don't look at acting, or I don't look at my roles from the perspective of. I don't do roles which are not pivotal, and I come from an understanding of, for me, every well-written character, even if it's 2 scenes, is very pivotal, is very important. If it's important to the film, it is very important for me. So my idea of what is important and what is not so important is very different from the way people view it in our industry. And I think I would continue to do so. I will do smaller roles if they excite me. I'll do author-backed roles if they excite me. So my criteria for choosing a role is very simple, and it's mainly what is in the script, the way the character is written. So I'm in a very good space, and I'm caring less and less about what the industry, how the industry views me and what they think I can do, because I think that's very limiting. I would love to explore more and more with each passing day as an actor.
Abhinay, also somewhere you had said that script remains the weakest link in the Indian film industry. Now, of course, we have this new wave of writers who have come in. But what do you feel is the need of the hour still?
See, I personally feel that scripts, most definitely even now, even if it's getting better, still scripts are the place, the content is the place where we really need to put in a lot of effort. Writers, need to really work towards refining their craft, refining what they write. Ideas are there, but the final product, the finished script, sometimes is just not there. It's just not up to it. And I personally feel that until we can refine that part, or that section of technique has to go into writing, to my mind, we are not going to advance in any further as an industry, because look at it, we have fantastic actors, limited number, but fabulous actors. We've got great technicians in terms of cinematographers, directors. We have all the possible trappings to make, and we have India, which is as a country which is so rich in tradition, culture, and everything. So what is lacking? What is lacking is actually a script and writers who can really pen down and work on it, long enough, sometimes hard enough, to make sure that it is the finest piece that they have ever written. Generally, क्या होता है कि ultimately they will just say that, okay, I've got an idea. It's a bound script. It's reached about 100 pages. Well, let's shoot. Well, that's not. I think that's where it should begin. That's where people need to sit down and work on it, remove the fat over the meat, and keep it extremely lean, and that's what we need. If we can manage that, India is going to be unstoppable.
Also, Abhinay, you gave us Delhi Belly. It shocked a lot. It made many of us laugh also. But the black comedy genre as such has not been explored. Do you feel with a film like, Blackmail, we'll get to see a lot more of these kind of films?
Well, I think, 7 years back, I, already started putting the foot into the door with Delhi Belly, and really hoped as hell that the door gap would have widened by now. This is another attempt to try and put 2 feet into that gap. So I suppose more people should attempt dark comedies, definitely. And dark again is a very elusive word. To be honest, quirky comedies is a better word, because dark, the meaning of dark is really taken completely in the wrong way. It's misunderstood terribly in our country. So it has to be quirky, it has to be, it has to be fun, it has to be unexpected. So if we can manage to do more such films and such genres can be attempted by filmmakers and actors, I think we have a great wicket here ahead of us.
Also, my final question to the three of you. Have you all been blackmailed ever?
I'm not actually talented. I just blackmail people to get work. So that's why I'm here. So I do it all the time.
Emotionally, yes, all the time. And yeah, not otherwise. Thank God.
Like even me, I have blackmailed, I think, my parents, but again, emotionally for stupid things like video games, but apart from that, nothing else that I can think about.
Thank you so much for talking to us, and all the very best with Blackmail.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.